From bad designs to just plain bad decisions, this video will take you where you never thought you needed to go before, to the land of the ugliest footwear. These are 50 of the ugliest pairs of shoes we could find. Hey fellow Badgers, make sure to drop a comment below and let us know which pair out of the 50 featured here would you consider wearing. Be sure to let us know and subscribe for more awesome stuff. Number 50. Twinkle Toes. We sure hope this pair of glimmering gold flats weren't given to you by your fairy godmother. If so, she has really bad taste. Just awful. Number 49. Problem solved. This pair of shoes must have been created by a person that loves the whole wearing socks with sandals thing and decided to just make a pair of shoes out of the idea. Now instead of the process taking 2 steps, you can slide these 2-in-1 beauties on in one go. Number 48. When you have something after this. The heel and flipper combo you see pictured here is what you would wear if you had an important work meeting at 4 and had a scuba diving date at 7. Why else would these crazy shoes be a thing? Number 47. The jean boot sandal. Some people make just about everything out of denim these days, but this is something we've never seen before. The jean boot sandal. The shoe for when you want to be stylish and wear a pair of boots, but it's really hot outside so you need a sandal. Once that genius idea was born, another genius thought to make the whole creation out of denim. And these were made. Number 46. The laundry day shoe. Some of us have a special yet horrible outfit we have stored away to wear on laundry day when all of our more desirable clothing is being washed. These would be the perfect shoe to accompany said outfit on laundry day. They look exactly like they were made out of laundry baskets. Number 45. The original Cameltoe. These shoes just go to prove that there was in fact an original Cameltoe. Just look at this pair, they look like camel feet. If you were thinking anything else besides the foot of a mammal, you need to get your mind out of the gutter. Number 44. Meatwear. We couldn't have a video about the ugliest shoes and not include the iconic pair that was worn by Lady Gaga alongside her meat ensemble. So here they are in the video for ugliest shoes. Number 43. Snakeskin Hoof. These weird snakeskin hoof shoes in this picture look like a sick joke for fashion, or shoes with giant isopods attached to the front and painted. Either way, these are a pair of really ugly shoes. Number 42. A hairy situation. If the sight of these hairy heels makes you want to vomit, stand in line behind us because we're already in the bathroom. We don't know what would possess someone to bring this idea into the real world. What a way to induce vomit. Number 41. Western disaster. We don't know who took the measurements for the toe of the Western style boots you see in this picture, but we're pretty sure they messed up and added too much to the front. Just imagine trying to walk in these ugly genie shoes. Number 40. Blue-footed slippers. After seeing our fair share of individual toed footwear, we think it's safe to say that almost always does that idea make the pair of shoes unbelievably ugly. Take a look at these blue-toed babies. Ugly, right? Number 39. A collage of bizarre. Now this looks like a taxidermist nightmare. We understand that there is a unicorn obsession going on around the world right now, but that doesn't mean stick a horn on everything you see. This shoe started off bad when it came to a furry heel, got even worse when a squirrel head was attached to the front, and worse yet when the artist added a single horn onto the squirrel's head. This doesn't work on any level other than creepy and maybe dangerous. A woman would certainly be able to ward off an unwanted man's approach with just a swing of her foot. Number 38. A walking art show. The interesting paint cloud shoes you see in this image had to have been made by a very eclectic artist that cares not what people think of their footwear. They do, however, look like perfect shoes to go stomping in puddles after a rainy day. Number 37. Walking on doll heads. Some people walk on sunshine, other people walk on doll heads. We have seen many strange and unexplainable things happen with random doll parts over the years, but we've never seen the heads incorporated in footwear quite like this before. There are some shoes you wear to make a statement, but others, like these, shouldn't be worn unless you want your statement to scream, "Psycho!" Number 36. See-through my style. We think a good general rule regarding see-through material being used to make clothing, shoes, and accessories is that it should only be used for things like bags and umbrellas. Jackets and sections of pant made from this material don't turn out very well. It's clear that these shoes are clearly a problem too. Number 35. Giraffe print design. A giraffe print shoe could have been seen as cute or cool in some forms. Adding an actual giraffe head replica on the toe of the shoe to emphasize your point was not the way to take this project that extra mile. Number 34. Can't see my style. After laying eyes on these ugly shoes, we get why the artists would have made it so that you could cover up the horrible design with a twist of your foot. You had just better hope that you don't try to wear these out on a windy day. Those shoe sales might just blow you away. Number 33. The Mop-Top. These shoes were made in an effort to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You walk around normally in a pair of shoes and you get to mop your floors at the same time. It would be a no-brainer unless you didn't want to be ridiculed forever. Number 32, piece of cake design. We love cake as much as the next person, but we aren't about to try wearing it on our feet. These slice of cake slippers may say that they make walking a piece of cake, but we know that's probably just a play on words. Number 31, shaking feet. For that girlfriend you have that is always nervous about something, now you can get her a pair of shoes that match your personality. For the chicken in all of us, we present to you the ugly chicken feet heels. Where would you wear these? Number 30, a new take on Crocs. For the infamous Croc shoes, there are two types of people, the lovers of the shoes and those that simply despise the design. For those of you that love them but are embarrassed to be caught wearing them out in public, then you should get this ugly hybrid. They are close enough to a real Croc, just look at that grin, yet different enough for you to claim innocence if a Croc hater were to try to call you out. Number 29, the screaming shoe. Clearly, this isn't a shoe design that you can exactly step into, but it was just too strange and ugly not to include in this video of ugliest footwear. Just imagine if shoes did have personalities and each morning you'd have to convince the shoes to let you walk all over them all day. We're sure they would be screaming just like the ones in this picture. Number 28, high-heeled roller skates. We don't know if those heels actually roll, or if there has just been some scaffolding added to increase the height. Either way, this is the ugliest heel we've seen of yet. However, it's not as bad as number 23, so sit tight. Number 27, a view from behind. While men usually enjoy the view these heels are giving us, this is a very bizarre and frankly unattractive pair of heels. We hope no one would wear these around, but it's clear that someone already did. Number 26, the foot shoe hybrid. This is an interesting concept, unlike the kind you get to see in number 2, coming up shortly. Why go barefoot if you can wear a pair of shoes that look just like you're barefoot? Just like the pair of shoes in this picture. The only thing we can't seem to wrap our head around is the fact that there is a still very noticeable shoe portion making up the top half of the footwear. What's that about? Number 25, futuristic horror. These are the shoes you get when you ask a horror movie director to design a pair of women's heels. You get what you see pictured here, a futuristic heel with a weaponized scythe blade attached to the bottom portion. These ugly shoes might get some fans, but that's just because people are equally as strange. Number 24, plastic figurine shoes. This shoe reminds us of those cars you see around that have covered every exterior inch of their vehicle in tiny trolls and hundreds of other plastic figures. After seeing the figurine collage shoes pictured here, we want to get a look at her car too, just to see if we're right. Number 23, the Scorpion mixed media shoe. The only mixed thing going on here is the mixed feelings we have about the shoe pictured here. We get that this was created for a creative design event, but this is a crazy concept to even imagine, let alone create. A scorpion body and a set of wheels? What the fudge? Number 22, banana boats. Generally, you are supposed to avoid stepping on banana peels, not step into them. But the designer of the shoes in this picture was clearly a rebel. Why else would you make a pair of heels that look like bananas if not to try and play on that notion? Number 21, Lego my shoes. When they said you could make anything out of Legos, we very much doubt that they meant to include shoes on that long list of stuff. If you have ever walked on Legos with bare feet, then you know just how painful of an experience that is. Even though we see that someone has glued Legos onto a pair of previously black pumps, we are sure that while these shoes are ugly, they don't hurt quite as much. Number 20, the Don't Walk Today heels. Don't these just look like bundles of fun? Now we're totally being sarcastic here, we hope that you feel the same way. Not only did the shoes pictured here look like the ugliest things we've ever seen, but they are so impractical they make our feet and shins hurt just by looking at them. We wonder how long someone could actually wear these skyscrapers until they tripped or fell over. Number 19, the kitty rear. Because that is what you've always dreamed of putting on your feet, a cat butt. If you are the proud owner of a feline, you probably already get your fair share of cat butt in your face. They tend to like to do that. If you like that experience and can't wait to get more, then these awful shoes were made just for you. Number 18, Big Bird slippers. The shoes you see in this picture aren't actually slippers, but they look an awful lot like some. It looks like Big Bird has been looking for new employment. Too bad he opted out of making slippers and chose to walk the runway instead. While it may have been cool for a moment's time, we're sure he would have sold more pairs as fuzzy slippers. Number 17, a claw by design. You may think that the shoes pictured here are the result of a flaw by design, but they aren't. This pair is called Ferocious Footwear and was dreamed up by artist Bob Bassett. We don't know where to get an entire werewolf outfit, but we are sure that these shoes would be a perfect pair if you were trying to replicate one. Number 16, recycled medical supplies. While this is a very interesting and unique way to recycle something that wouldn't have had any other use, it's just plain weird. The only time the shoes in this image would work would be if the staff or the hospital wore them to walk in a hospital fashion show. And we doubt that happens very often. Number 15. A wired pair. This pair of wire heels is called shoes for the masochists. And it looks like the most uncomfortable shoes you could possibly wear, excluding those horror heels from number 20 that is. If you like these shoes and wanted to craft a pair for yourself, then just head on over to any store that sells chicken wire and start yours tonight. Number 14. Human hair footwear. This ugly pair of shoes is called Brush Your Feet, but although we get the joke designer Camilla Skovgaard tried to make with the name, the fact that they are made with real human hair means they're too creepy to go on our feet. Sheesh. Number 13. Krispy Kreme Greentop. These strange shoes give a whole new meaning to walking barefoot to feel the grass. We suppose they were made for those who want to walk around barefoot to feel the ground beneath their feet, constantly. This way, they are wearing shoes, but they still get the ticklish feeling they want. Hey, we did already mention that people are weird, right? Number 12. Yak Puke. Although the pair of shoes you see pictured here looks like a yak coughed up a hairball, these designer shoes were made by Marc Jacobs for Louis Vuitton's Spring 2010 event. Knowing that two big designers went into this design makes us even more mad that they are as ugly as they are. Number 11. A Hooved Heel. These Narnia-esque styled shoes looks like a cosplayer's dream come true. While we hope that you don't wear them out of the house for any other occasion, we suppose we can't really stop you if you decided to wear them to the grocery store. Although we know that everyone else will stare. Number 10. The what's the point shoe? We mean, really? What is the point of wearing shoes if this is going to be the result? Someone was clearly attempting to work outside of the box and ended up working outside of the shoe, which didn't work for anyone. Number 9. An abstract nightmare. This would be a really cool piece if it were a sculpture and not a pair of footwear that one would be expected to actually walk in. Just look at how tall they are. Cool design, but not practical. And probably going to create a lawsuit at some point. Number 8. Chain gang shoes. The chain gang shoes you see here are just plain ugly. Enough said. Number 7. Floral Footwear. There are some people out in the world that are obsessed with floral print. They'll have pants, tops, socks, jackets, bed sheets, pottery, decor, towels, everything decked out in the flower pattern. The shoes in this picture would be the next step in that obsession. The clear heel acts as a sort of flower vase, already filled for your convenience, and the corsage of flowers that decorate the heel brings the whole piece together. It's a win-win. Number 6. An impossible arch. Whoever made these impossibly tall, ugly shoes is crazy. The person who actually chooses to wear the shoes pictured here is even crazier. I don't even think it's possible. Number 5. A pair of pony prancers. After seeing that there were actual horseshoes added to the bottom of this pair of booties, we don't know what else to call them. Besides, ugly. Number 4. A buggy design. These heels certainly aren't for the faint of heart. There is a real, yet dead tarantula stuck in the platform of these shoes. If you needed a conversation starter for a first date, here it is. Just don't expect to get a call for that second date. Number 3. The designer two-heeled shoe. We very seriously doubt that we've ever seen anything more weird than this pair of ugly shoes. These shoes are strange elevated flats. Heeled flats? That doesn't make any sense. Well, neither do these shoes. Number 2. Are you wearing a pair? The strange and ugly feet shoes in this picture make it look like there isn't even anything there. While this might just be another Photoshop stunt, we've seen enough weird and bizarre shoes to know that this pair has a fair shot of being real. Number 1. A new take on smelly feet. We very much doubt that these are an actual pair of fish sandals worn around by an eccentric individual, but they were awkward and ugly enough for us to include in this video. These shoes would be one way to make your feet smell even worse.
Thanks for tuning in. I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one.
For better.